We are, ladies and gentlemen. Celebrate the life and exposure. It's a beautiful Sunday here in the great state of Minnesota. It is the 17th day of August. Yesterday was 16th. I flew out on the 15th to go to this man's funeral. Barely got out. A lot of rain yesterday. I got numerous. My wife called me and some work called me. They just got raked over the coals in Minneapolis on Saturday. I guess the trees were bending over for downtown Minneapolis was an absolute. So we almost didn't get back. They were waiting for a plane from New York. And they just said, all right, let's go. Half the plane was on coming from New York, from LaGuardia, because of the weather in Minnesota. So I got back into town last night about, I don't know, 7:30. We got in the rack about 9. Work today. Beautiful day here on Sunday. We need the rain, but it was a good funeral. They picked me up at the airport. We were a nice family. I went, paid my respects. I put well, before you go in here, people have been saying no obituary. He didn't want his name to be known, and it's not my business to put it in there. All right? Some people don't want to be known. They're under troll accounts, whatever. My name is Jeff. You know that. I live in Minnesota. Okay? I'm not going to put it in there. Up to his family. Anything else comes out, it's going to be nothing but AI, right? So we went out. I went out. Wore the same clothes on the plane. Did a little bag for whatever, I always use my passport to get in and out. It's just easier than pulling a license out. They picked me at the airport. Stayed overnight at Embassy Suites. They had a nice thing. I went up and spoke. I had a little folder with all the people's names in there. I got a few emails. Carl sent me an email. Old Man Nation did. Dinger did. Dingling. New York Dimwit did. Morning did too as well. Mighty Python. So, the E4 Mafia guy. Other people sent me condolences in an email. I printed all this stuff off and put it in a folder and I put it in his coffin, right? And I put in a Pat Benatar Greatest Hits album. And I put a cigar in there too as well for him. I was going to try to find some Hennessy in there, a little bottle of Hennessy, but I figured that'd be kind of, I did it for my brother. I put a shot of Hennessy in there. He liked gangster juice. I don't know this. It was very peaceful, good. I went up there, I stood up there, and I got up there with my phone. I played Desperado by the Eagles. I was going to play Hellbound Train, but that's a great song by George and the Devil Destroyers off of Half Boy, Half Shit, Half Man, whatever the hell it is. Great song, Hellbound Train. Look it up. Or Too Poor to Die by Jim Schuler. That's going to be my song. Look that up too, Jim Schuler, lead guitar for that very same band. Great album, great guy, great song, the whole 9 yards, live version of You're Too Poor to Die by I You the Devil. Or Witchy Woman, because he capitulated to the wife that, hey, but he's experimented and it broke his heart. But his wife, beautiful woman. I mean, that guy, oh my goodness, if I was a single man tomorrow, I'd be hitting on her like John Kerry hit on the Hershey, the chick for, not Hershey's, what's that ketchup one? I can't remember that family, the Heinz hit on her when her husband died in a helicopter accident. John Kerry, I think his name is, hit on her at his funeral. In fact, I mean, wouldn't be beneath me to do that at a wedding if I was a single man, but I'm married. She's in a vulnerable position. You hit on. So, speaking of vulnerable, some lady I work with, she's like the assistant. She got 86 from one of the. We pick up at this. I think it's Embassy Suites in St. Paul. You only pick up very rare. She got what do you want to call it? Trespass for being a biatch. That's nice. She couldn't go there today. And I go, why? I'll tell you later. Like, how do you get trespassed as an employee we put people up at from a hotel? I guess she got into it with somebody, so just be nice. But some people don't know how to act just like with blind views, doesn't know how to speak on a podcast. Head goes back and forth, and pisses and moans and swears and cusses because he doesn't have an education level, doesn't know how to talk. When he was triggered in the live stream, which I talked about, owned and bemoaned. Great thumbnail that old man Nation put up. That was funny. But anyways, so I went, met the family in Michigan. Real nice family. He looked peaceful, but he had that rested bitch face. You know, that look on his face. You know, had the hands. I put in that booklet. I put a penny with a penny slot there. Slipped it in there, and I just, you know, we had like sandwiches, you know, and some pop, whatever else. Just a nice little afterwards. I had to get going anyways, but it was at 11 o'clock, and nice crowd. I spoke about his YouTube, you know, behaviors and how we go back, and you know, and how I became the spokesman. No one wanted to come. You know, Carl, too balls to come up. You know, the old man had no warning. Wanted nothing to do with it. Do-gooder. I know it's been a tough week since I announced it on this very same spot. As you can see there, she is. The fag car. But I figure, let's talk about it on a beautiful Sunday. I'll put this up. As soon as I get home, I'll put it up. It'll be up sometime tonight on Sunday night. So we'll put it up, and you know, I appreciate any comments down below. I know when I put up that thing, Is He Dead or Alive? Everyone said no. Well, how do you know? I spoke with his wife, okay, because he capitulated to her that he was a gay man. And like I said, there's nothing wrong with that. It's just not fair to the spouse when he or she is happily in love with you and all of a sudden they find out you're swinging for the other end, you know? I mean, if it's consensual, yeah, 3 ways, I get it, but all of a sudden you pumped out a few kids. I was at an arc one time, the lady pumped out 3 children, and all of a sudden she decided to tell him she experimented in college and running on her way. The kids are out of school, you know, and whatever. She decided to say, guess what, I've been experimenting, smashing gash, you know, dental dam, and moved on. That happens, you know. He was a young man. Family's real nice. The wife is absolutely gorgeous, beautiful woman. I chat with a lot of people in the family, but I figured a cigar in there on my behalf. I threw a Speculation Sports bumper sticker in there too as well, in that little vanilla thing. Put all the nice little notes, condolences from all the people on here, trolls, you know, Dimwit. I could barely even read New York Dimwit, you know. Remember, he confirmed it because someone told him in his note, right, in the notes, right? So he just confirmed it. It's like when you say aye, it's passed, right? You know, 2 out of 3 ain't bad. If you see anything else come out from here on out, strictly AI. But he just had that rested bitch look on his face. Just that look like, you know, life sucks. And down he went. I did listen to Wonder Hussey's live stream. If you want to send her Uber Eats, she hasn't even said that, you can send it to her Burning Man. She was bitching that she's real busy, but she took time out to do a live stream. If someone wants a manager, she's looking for a manager. So if someone's got time to manage her so she can do other stuff, but pretty funny. So I could send her food for her 2-week little sabbatical when she goes and does Quaaludes. So I saw that. It was a pretty good live stream. A lot better than Blind Views. It's funny, you know, because she just babbles on and there's really nobody in there that moderates, so people would say stuff to her. So it's kind of funny. She doesn't have the Gestapo and the brown shirts as he has, right? So we want to understand what the brown shirts was. Look it up. Yeah, listen. It was a good live stream. It was funny. I listened to it on the way out. Man, after it was already in the books, I downloaded it and put it on my computer. It was good. She's very entertaining. But you can send her stuff to her Burning fan. She'll have an address. You can, whatever you want to send her. Food, feed her every goddamn day. Go see her at her place and get high with her. She likes to smoke marijuana and do quaaludes. So, you know, working on a nude calendar, I guess, for 2026. So, whatever. Carpetbagger is out in Seattle. I saw that today. I saw the title, him and his fiance. So they're cruising out there. Went to his 50th state. Good for him. I've been to all 50 states. So good for him. He's back in the saddle making money, right? It's always fun to chase the almighty dollar on YouTube. It's like Sarasota Tim. But Barium Exposure was the classic hater. You talked about me. Because I put on the brown envelope. You talked about me. Now you can go talk to God. Now he was all upset about that, the view, and I'll miss him. It's just like Casey Grit said. He was accidentally funny. He was. Because he didn't use notes, and he was just that dink, you know? Kind of unintentional. It's like tired Santa Claus is just him. You can't hate the tired, you can't hate the Santa Claus. You can't hate Crash. You can't. That's why he plays both sides. He's a bandwagon rider. He kind of goes back and forth. He's a flip-flopper. Doesn't want to endanger Dingling, right? Told him all about the Barium Exposure death, right? Didn't want him to, get all emotionally involved in it. You can't be mad at Santa Claus. Crash, you can't. Blind Views, he's rode hard, probably wet. Looks like he's a wannabe biker. He's jealous of being of Sarasota Tim making money, and he's jealous of anybody making money on YouTube. Like I said, I only wish I could be on the Lord Stanley. If I could have one wish, live my life, is play for my Pennsylvania Blackhawks and hoist the Lord Stanley, and then I'd retire like Evan Maya. But Barium Exposure was an epic person. I spoke about it. I gave about a 5-minute speech and no notes, and I just said, "Listen, man, he had his ways. Me and him went back and forth, and when I called him out, he pitch laid to this beautiful woman up here and went down the road. And I'm the keeper of his soul." Yeah, I hope there's closure in the family, and the wife can maybe find another spouse in her older years and travel. This rock star, you, Barium Exposure. Old Man Nation, you own and bemoan. Blind Views, soul. Again, he was Ace Frehley. Now it's Robert Plant. Looks just like him. He's so jealous of Tater that he can ride a bike. I pray for his wife having to take his young ass out and claim he goes to his family. Boy, said, would you want him promoting your channel? Anybody? I'd say, hey, no, thanks, but no thanks. No thanks. No thank you. Don't talk about me, please. Just ignore my channel. I don't need, Wonder Hussy wants someone above her to promote her. Well, woman, you're from a new model, you're Wonder Hussy, Yeah, it's a beautiful day here on Sunday here in the great state of Minnesota. And I'm glad I was able to get the day off, short notice, and go there and represent the YouTube community, the hate-watching community. It's called like-minded people, just like message boards for George Thurgood and the Delaware Destroyers. Like-minded people on YouTube that like to hate on certain creators. That's what you guys are. You're hate watchers. Truth tellers. It's not a community. I love saying that. A community. I live in a community. I pay taxes. Same place that someone put a tire next to someone's over here. Put a tire next to somebody's gravesite over here. Okay, so they have to dispose of it here. A tire. It isn't like you put a can of beer like I do for my dad, a can of bottle or something. Let's say I left this Barium exposures thing. They can throw it away. A tire? Really? I'm just, that blows me away. I mean, there's a lot of stuff that left on the wall in Washington, D.C., where the hunch is trying to govern that place with our military. One thing about Barium exposure and all these like-minded people, they're all like a convicted felon and adjudicated rapist. You know, they all do. You know, the SS, the brown shirts, over with I love it. He's in Alaska, a red carpet for a murderer, and nothing gets done, and he gets into his the beast. God knows what was said in there. He probably had, I guarantee it, he had something. So if the hunch started talking about something, he's recording it, and who knows what he puts in there for a listening device. But the hunch in Alaska, a red carpet for a murder. Ronald Reagan was rolling over his grave. But the like-minded people on here probably think that's the greatest thing in the world. Again, it'd be like Wisconsin and being in Iowa, and we tell them, well, give Wisconsin some of their property, right? No. Get out. Wisconsin, give Iowa back their property, get the hell out. You're supposed to get that done in 24 hours. Remember that? Remember? You plan God last. But when you're a convicted felon, adjudicated rapist, and dumbass white boys love the man, what can I say? But I want to thank the family for having me out there in Michigan and letting me speak about the man. It's always nice to pay respects for in this community. The same place that I announced Arizona Griper passed away, and then he showed up. Started the rumor that he impregnated his stepdaughter, and that got out of control. I had to say I was lying, but she had a baby, and I was saying he was the father. He became enraged. Hope someone comes to my funeral from here, from the community, and does something like this for me. Which I went away. I paid my own way. Flight round trip with my discount and everything else was, miles was $110, so it wasn't bad. I mean, with all my behavior, so using my dead brother's name on Delta. Went and saw a dead man, used a dead man to go see a dead man. Anyways, guys, God bless you. Rest in peace wherever you're at. Bear exposure. It's the way it is. Everyone's got to pass away. Everyone's got to stop breathing. We wish the family well. That rested bitch face. Hope you enjoyed the Predators. Grace hits the she shed has gone down the road. God bless working class. God bless the military men and the armed forces. Fight for this flag. We have a convicted felon, adjudicated rapist, and a draft dodger. Just like Bill Clinton. Yahoo, man. I did not have sexual relations with Lewinsky. That's not who I run with. I don't run with those kind of people. Don't do it. Not now, not ever. I like my freedom. See something, say something, okay? Would you shower in the shower of Penn State? I would not shower in the shower of Penn State. You don't like two men having consensual sex? Get it. You can't watch two women. That, my friend, is not a very Christian thing to be doing. And let's start burning Catholic churches to the ground. Bitch, please, and bitch, please. Have a great rest of your Sunday night and a great week. Bitch, please, we're out.